Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about uh, being of good cheer. And sometimes that's just difficult. So I wanted to clear some energy around being of good cheer. Um, this is a kind of interesting but religious thing. In our church, we get a thing called a patriarchal blessing. It's like a blessing that you get from a person that's called a patriarch, and you get that once in your lifetime. And in my blessing, it told me a lot to be of good cheer. And I never really thought about the significance of that until times in my life where I wasn't of good cheer and really struggled to be of good cheer. Good morning, Jenny. And I feel like it's an important thing for a lot of us at this point in time. Life has been very challenging for many, and the things going on in the world are very challenging, and it's a time to be needing to have divine connection to understand all the crazy that's going on, and also to be guided in how you make the difference. And if you can be of good cheer, you can help someone else to be of good cheer, and we need you to do that. And you make a difference, so I want to help you to make a difference. All right, so let's go into our heart chakra. And as always, if you have an area of your body that's complaining, please tell me about it, because it's often the clue to where the energy is stuck. All right. I am lovable. We don't often feel lovable, do we? It's interesting when we have parts of our life that are a little bit difficult. Maybe there's shame stuck there or other emotions stuck from the past. And we can feel really awful when these things come up, and we can feel like a disease and that we're not fit for human consumption. And, we can feel that there's something wrong with us, but actually there's nothing wrong with us. It's like the clue that the energy is stuck and we need help. All right, I forgive myself, especially when we have these times. My relationships are peaceful and balanced. I allow myself to experience fulfillment. All right, things stuck in our mind. All right, my mind is stable and balanced. I allow full comprehension of the big picture. Peace is allowed within my mind at all times, regardless. All right, my family accept me unconditionally. And let's say the reverse, I accept my family unconditionally, because I think that one's been a struggle for me. All right, we easily strengthen our relationships. And I think it's important to believe that they can change. Often, when things get very stuck, we can't see how it can be different. But I guess even, praying or meditating on how it could be different, or what this person needs that we're not understanding. Sometimes that's an important thing to do. And also to ask, how our needs can be met, even though this person may not be able to meet them in the way that we would like. It's safe to communicate openly within our family. So, which of your relationships brings you difficulty? Which one do we need to bring to the light of day and to clear some energy around? Right, we nurture all who live within the walls of our home. Oh, Jenny's mentioned her older brother. Thank you, Jenny. So we can do what we call an exchange of energy with someone. So we can say, I give that person love and respect and honor and forgiveness and understanding. Good morning, Margaret. And they receive it and they give all that to you, yes, and you receive it. So sometimes we can't receive in the manner that they're giving because it's not a way that we would think of how it should be given. And so then we might have trouble receiving. So, all right, so back to the heart chakra again. All right, I'm increasing my ability to love myself and others. So sometimes we can see the way other people treat us as a measurement of ourselves, which it really isn't, because often it's where they're at. And we might take offense to the way they present something or how they do it, but maybe that's the best that they can do at this point in time. All right, I honor others' success and my own. All right, the feeling that I have to earn love is what comes up. So sometimes we feel we have to be a certain way or do certain things for us to be loved. All right. This is a bit about family relationships. So I feel strongly that we've helped the previous generations before we were born. They now help us. There can be many patterns of weakness within the family tree that may not be present in every generation. Each member of the family provides different qualities and challenges. We usually want the good qualities and not the bad. However, our weaknesses and failings are there for us to use as practical life skill lessons. So the other family members' weaknesses are also there to keep the family balanced. As children in my family, the next brother and I fought all the time. Mum called us bully and whinger. I was whinger. At the time, I didn't enjoy it, but I can see it taught me resilience. We now get on fine. So the qualities that we may not like in other family members are the ones necessary for us to develop personal strength, which changes the which changes the whole perspective, doesn't it? All right, I accept full responsibility for my life. So if we go back to your brother, Jenny, we'll say you give love and support and encouragement and forgiveness and acceptance and tolerance to him. He's able to receive it. He gives all that to you, and now you're able to receive it. So it makes a difference when we're willing to receive. because it may not be presented in the manner that we like, but maybe that's what we have to accept just for now. All right, so now we're going to go into the throat chakra. So, what else prevents you from being of good cheer? What brings you down? All right, I substitute joy, love, joy, and peace for the old habits of addictions and abuse. And sometimes we're addicted to allowing people to abuse us, or sometimes we abuse ourselves. We don't do the things that we know we need to be healthy and happy. So it's like abusing ourselves in a way, really. All right, it's now safe to express myself. It's okay for me to sing my life song. And even if you're only a shower singer, I'm confident in the healing power of love to open my throat for greater self-expression. And I've used this example a lot, but when they do studies on athletes and they put electrodes on their head and, measure how their brain works and whether they're actively doing their race or whether they're sitting in the chair imagining themselves running in the race, similar parts of the brain fire up. And so it's like if we want to change an interaction with another person, we have to see it in our mind going differently before we actually go there. So we can't go there with expecting what we're going to get because we're going to get it. So we have to change our expectation and the energy that we bring to it. Good morning, Elizabeth. Yeah. All right. So more things about our family. And I really feel our family is the greatest source of learning ever. We may not like the learning, but it still is a good source of learning. All right, we enjoy helping and supporting each other while remaining balanced and calm. Oh, hi, Jade. Thank you. She said that was a great insight. Okay, so let's go throat chakra now. Again. So, is there something in your life that prevents you from being of good cheer, or is there a relationship that needs to change, or is the relationship with yourself need to change? Where is the energy stuck for you? All right. I no longer fear rejection when I speak honestly. And, we always talk about that. When you point at someone, there's always three fingers pointing back at you. So we might be angry with someone about how they're presenting something. Um, but if we're pointing at someone, we've got to understand that the things we don't like in that person are probably ours and things that we do, which is a little confronting. And the same with when other people point at us. We can say, all right, I'll take a quarter. The other three quarters is yours. All right. My honesty of expression enables others to speak up too. And I think that's so true. I was always scared to talk about the difficulties that I faced or the embarrassing things that had happened in my family. And I felt a lot of shame and embarrassment about that. But as I talked about the difficulties, other people spoke to me about theirs, and it was like it enabled us to speak a bit more freely about the things that we struggled with. And we tend to feel like we're an alien from a strange planet, and no one else feels like we do, and no one else would like us if they knew all the weirdo stuff that we had to put up with. But the more that we speak honestly, the more that we find other people struggle just as much as we do, and they have as many difficulties as us, if not more. And so we really have more in common than we have different. All right, it's now safe to express myself. Others are comfortable with what comes out of my mouth. And so Jade's saying, I was just telling mum last week how you speaking to me just about yourself, how much my perspective changed about life. Yes, it does help us, doesn't it? We're all here to change each other's perspective and to see it a little bit differently because we get so stuck in our thinking and our shame and the difficulties that we have. It is important to speak. And not everybody is willing to listen, but find the people that are willing to listen and that you can connect to. And I think when someone speaks honestly and openly to you, you really feel for that person and you love them more and you want to help them more and you want to be aware of them more. So it's like a great way to connect to others. Okay, now we go into the brow chakra, which is like around this part of your head. So upper sinus congestion, spending a lot of time trying to decipher life's meaning. Jake says, totally agree. All right, I trust my intuition. And sometimes, we feel prompted to say something or do something. And sometimes we think, oh, that person's just going to think I'm weird. Oh, well, take the risk. They may find you weird, but they might also find you very refreshing and so grateful that you could speak honestly with them. I easily see the truth. I choose to replace fear with faith. My understanding of my life grows clearer each day. Deep restorative sleep comes easily. My vision is illuminated by gratitude and love. So I think then of Corrie ten Boom. I don't know if you've heard of her. She was a Dutch woman and their family hid Jews in the Second World War. And they got busted and her and her sister ended up in the concentration camp. And her sister was always talking to her about being grateful for everything. And in the part of the concentration camp where they were, there was a terrible plague of fleas. And a lot of the Nazi people in charge of the concentration camp wouldn't come to their part of the camp because of the huge amount of fleas. And so she said to her sister, I can't be grateful for the fleas. But in the end, the fleas made it that they could talk to people about what they believed and they could share, their beliefs and their faith with other people. And the fleas meant that they could communicate this better because no one would bother them. So even the fleas were a blessing. And so I guess it's looking at the fleas in your life that you feel are really a plague, but actually they might be a blessing. And we just don't realize yet that it is a blessing. All right, something else to clear around sleep. So heart chakra, and the heart meridian is very connected to sleep. All right, my love has no limitations. And I think that's the hard thing, isn't it? I can love you even when you're a pain in the butt. I can love you when you're rude to me. I can love you anyway. I can observe your actions without letting them affect me. And so I guess if you cover yourself in a love bubble, or I see it sometimes as the love we get from Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother, if we fill ourselves with that love, nothing evil can stay and anything out can bounce. All right, the limitations. My love had no limitations. It's got a generational component. So dad's side, dad's mum. And the men, 43 generations of men. All right, feeling like a failure. Oh, I can totally relate to that one. Because often we're measuring ourselves externally, isn't it? And of course, you can see this is a generational pattern of external measurement and not feeling like we're successful. And also feeling taken for granted. Right, something from these people that was stuck in their minds. Around prosperity. Right, I have integrity. I attract all the help, encouragement, and support I need to grow my business, or my family, or my life, or my health. I attract exactly what I need at the right time. Okay, so this is the patterns that stuck, isn't it? Not believing that they're going to get the help that they need, believing they just have to struggle on their own, believing that, they're not worthy or successful. So big breath in. We want to change that pattern, and those family members would like that to be released for everybody in the family. All right, I'm willing to release my family story on learning and growth, because often we can see ourselves as not good financially, or not good physically, or not good intellectually or emotionally, or however we feel that our family might be weak. We can change that story. In fact, we're here to change that story. That it bothers us enough to change it is really important. Help is here as I am ready to learn. It's okay that I learn differently to others. My gifts are different to others. I no longer need to be the same as others to feel my worth. Right, my brain and neurotransmitters and electrical circuits are working optimally. So age 2 comes up, age 7, age 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, and just releasing some trauma from not feeling happy and good in our brain. I'm peaceful and balanced as I learn. I am buoyed by everyone's success and feel inspired to work on my own success. Jade says, please work. Of course it works. And, do the things that you need to do for it to function. All right, back to the heart chakra. All right, so some generational baggage preventing it from working. Mum's side, mum's mum, and the women. Like 53 generations of women. So yeah, the pattern isn't there for nothing. You're there to change the pattern. All right, an oil comes up, rosemary oil. Oh, crash. All right, I stimulate my psyche, tapping into the enormous riches of my long, accurate memory and lush imagination to create anew. And of course, because you think differently and you have had different experiences to other people, you are going to create differently and you're meant to create differently. We need you to create in the way that you feel. I receive inspired answers when I look deeper and ask more soul searching questions to put things into good order. I feel confident and assured during times when my understanding or perspective is undergoing great change, knowing that this temporary uncertainty will pass as I develop more understanding of my new terrain. And I guess that is all the aspects of our life, isn't it? That every time we grow and learn, it's a different territory, and it does take time for us to feel okay in that territory. All right, more in the heart chakra. And I guess listening to your heart is a hard thing to do. We've been so conditioned to listening to our head or to what other people tell us. It's almost like a forgotten skill to listen to your heart. When you're a little kid, you did it and you just played with the things you wanted to. All right, I always give love, but there is never enough love for me. Age 3, age 7, age 8, age 9, 15. So we can see the times in our life where the energy got stuck and we don't feel like that we're going to receive love. All right, love is scary to feel completely. And it is a bit, isn't it? Because it means then if we accept love, we're accepting that we're worthy to be loved. And sometimes we don't feel worthy. So it's hard to accept love when you don't feel worthy. So if you ask, is there something else preventing us from feeling worthy? Yes, in our genes, dad's side, dad's mum, and the women. Like 93 generations. Goes back a long way. People not being able to accept love. More around the sleep issue, dad's mum again, women, 23 generations. Lack of control is what comes up. All right, more childhood stuff affecting our sleep. So age 6, 11, 20. All right, the feeling of hopelessness. Sometimes we can feel like that with ourselves. Oh, I'm just going to give up. I've been trying to do this or that and it's not working. Um, Sometimes we're very close to a breakthrough and we just want to give up because we haven't seen the success that we want yet. But, keep plugging away. Know that you're on the right track. It's just going to take a little bit more time and a little bit more effort. Keep going. All right. So now we're going into the solar plexus chakra. So this is about taking action. So what's one thing you can take action on today that you've been stalling on? Just one thing, one little step. All right, I act on the choices I make. I no longer care about how others perceive me. I know that I am a powerful and a wholesome force for good. I'm worthy because I exist. All right, so bones in the head not sitting in the right position. All right, underlying is a virus. So we can have viruses that are just plain physical, or we can have viruses that got an emotional component. Sometimes when you get a big upset, you get sad and you get a cold, or your lungs are full of muck because it's like your body's processing those feelings. Sometimes it's a spiritual thing. We're being attacked by entities or negative group thought, and it's like we can get sick as we react to this attack, I guess. All right, I share my prosperity knowing there is enough for all. And I really believe that. So I guess it comes back to following our heart, isn't it? And when we do what our heart really wants us to do, we feel more cheerful, we feel happier. Um, Not everyone might understand what we love or what brings our heart joy, but it doesn't matter. We need to do what makes us feel happy. And when we're happy, we don't need our addictions. When we're doing the things that we love and our heart's telling us, we're too busy for that. We only need the addictions when we're not following our heart. All right, I'm ready, willing, and able to change. Not feeling able. Generational from mum. All right, light is always stronger than dark. So every time you feel inspired to do something, know that the light is stronger. The dark's going to attack you as soon as you get that inspiration to do something or to change something. Because if you change and you act on what comes from your heart, you're going to rise. You're going to have a higher vibration. People are going to want to hang around you. You're going to change people. Bad team don't want you to do that. So you have to come back to your heart. I follow my intuition towards my dream. I allow the unfolding of my plans to be an ongoing process. And I guess as we have a desire to do something or to achieve something or to follow our heart, everything that's preventing that is going to be presented to us. And we're going to see that, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it. But no, it's like, this is what you have to work through to get there. These are the roadblocks. Let's work through them. All right. I believe in myself. All right, radiant circuits and triple warmer meridian. So triple warmer meridian, we'd accidentally rub with our children. We go, "Oh, sweetie, are you okay?" We do this to them. It's actually calming down that triple warmer meridian, which is like, ready to go and fight. And we joke about, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. So it's like we feel attacked, our immune system is fighting, and then we can't sleep. So the radiant circuits are like the inner mum. So sometimes you're the cook, sometimes you're the taxi driver, sometimes you're the seamstress, sometimes you're the chef, all the different roles that you may play. And even if you don't have children, you still will do these roles to your family and to your friends. And so when sometimes we have mother issues, and that affects how we how those circuits work. And so we should be able to like switch off the going crazy all the time and be able to allow ourselves to work from our heart without feeling like, oh no, I can't do that, that's not right. So just looking up something for our radiant circuits or our mother issues. All right. I forgive my mother for her mistakes. She was probably doing the best she could. It's okay for me to learn on the job. I live within my healthy limits. And where is it that you're breaking your own boundaries? What are you saying yes to that maybe you need to say no or not yet to? All right, now we're going to go into one of the higher chakras. Solar stars, it's 10, so that's about 2.5 to 3 meters above the crown chakra. So living your life's purpose and experience and incorporating the entirety of life's experience, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So sometimes we only like the good parts of our life, but not the bad parts. But if you look at what you learned from the bad parts, often they're biggest lessons, most strengthening. Right, food cravings is coming up. Also box ticking in to-do lists. So, always just, oh, I haven't done this, and what about that? Which is a kind of anxiety, really. All right, and there's an oil called Elevation or Joyful Blend, which is very beautiful. All right, I let go of lower vibrational energy. I practice gratitude morning and night. I retrain my focus during my day to see the things for which I am grateful, easily recalling them in my nightly gratitude practice. Now, Carolyn Cooper spoke about that when her kids were little. She would say to them, I want you to draw something, when they're really little, that made you happy today. And so during the day, they would be looking for things that they were going to draw that night that made them happy. So they're looking for the good. So it's like that she trained them to look for the good. So can we train ourselves to look for the good? I think we're really good at looking for the bad, but can we retrain ourselves to look for the good? All righty. So today I'm heading off to a retreat with a few ladies in Airlie Beach. So looking forward to that and spending that time to work on our joyful hearts. And I think it's good for us all to think about how we can be more joyful. We do have an advanced energy works coming up, but I have a conflict of dates. So anyone that's taken time off work, please contact me to see what we can work out with that. So it was in October. I'm supposed to do a seminar and I have to go away for it. So I was like, oh. So it was 12, 13, 14th. So we could possibly do 11, 12, 13. But if you have a conflict, let me know. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Anyway, all the best. Sending you love. Also, we have a change of class. Margaret teaches a class in, do it yourself. And the next one was the 19th of July, but we're going to have a change of date. So we'll keep you posted on that one. We love Margaret and her beautiful classes. I use a lot of her products because they're all made from essential oils and really good stuff instead of toxic stuff that goes in through our skin to harm our body. All right. Sending you love. Be you. Bye.